Hello and welcome to this week's YouTube video. Last week I spoke about how to use red effectively in your oil painting. This week I thought I'd talk about how to use blue. I will be using this recent commission painting I did as a demo. Using blue is slightly easier than using red because I only have 2 blues on my palette compared to 3 reds. The warmest blue that you can buy is ultramarine. I use Ultramarine Deep by Rembrandt. Ultramarine is a warmer blue because it leans slightly towards purple. Remember that blue is still our coolest colour as it sits here on the colour wheel, so I would say that this is my warmer blue. This blue is transparent, so I can use it in glazing if I wish, and it also holds its colour well when mixed with white. For my cool blue, I use cerulean blue. This one has a slightly green undertone, but it is viewed as a cool blue. It is also very expensive at £33 a tube, but fortunately I don't use a lot of it. You can also use cobalt blue as your cool blue if you prefer. I wanted a lighter blue though on my palette. Cerulean blue is semi-transparent, so again I can use it for glazing if I wish, and it holds its colour well when mixed with white. So that gives me both a warmer and cooler blue, which gives me more options when mixing. The most important thing that you must remember when doing a painting like this is to bear in mind your reflected light. The dog's coat is absorbing some of that blue colour. That's just how reflective light works. So look at your objects carefully. Always remember that colours do not exist in isolation of each other. As my dog is surrounded by blue and I have reflected light from the walls on her coat, I am going to have to mix blue pretty much into all my colours, even my oranges. That's where my cerulean blue is a really great colour to have on my palette. I can use a lot of it without worrying too much about it overpowering a mix. It is my blue of choice for mixing into these lighter oranges. If I don't mix blues in my oranges, I would get a very stilted effect between my background and my dog. It would look a little odd, to be honest, so it's really important I do this. Let's have a look at all the colours I'm using on my palette. They are cadmium yellow light, yellow ochre light, transparent yellow oxide, cadmium red, alizarin crimson, transparent red oxide, cerulean blue, ultramarine deep, viridian, titanium zinc white. I've also mixed up a few other colours. These are a black red and a black green. When I mix these two together, they give me my rich black. A red purple, 2 oranges and another green. The main complementaries that I will be working with is orange and blue. Remember that orange neutralises blue and vice versa. When I add orange and blue together in equal amounts, I will get a brown. I can use my orange to warm up my blue and my blue to cool down my orange. Think of your palette in terms of warm and cool. Orange is warm, blue is cool. This will simplify your colour mixing. When I look at my reference photo, I ask myself how warm or cool the area I am painting is in relation to the area next to it. This is an easier way to approach it when you have a lot of colour which is the same. For example, this curtain here is cooler than this wall area here and here. So I know in these wall areas I need to add some orange to my blue to warm it up. When I look at my dog, I can see that it is warmer than my floor area. So I know that I need to add some cooler colours to that floor area too. Think about where your colours are on the colour wheel. Red is my warmest colour and blue is my coolest. As my colours move away from red, they become cooler. If I am trying to warm up a blue, I can add any of these colours to it. The nearer to red I add, the warmer my blue will be. Conversely, if I am trying to cool an orange down, I can use any of these colours going this way. The closer to blue the colour I add, the cooler the effect will be. So think about what is next to it. Remember, mixing opposite colours in equal quantities will give you a brown. Adding white to this mix will give you a grey. This floor area is cooler than my dog. Both carry orange, both carry blue, but the addition of the yellow plus white is enough to make the floor look cooler. because I have added a colour nearer blue to this mix. Bear in mind also that white is a cool colour and will naturally cool down any mix you add it to. It is just then a question of adjusting a base colour with what I think I am seeing. Some of these areas are very blue, so I just mix my ultramarine deep and cerulean blue together. This will give me the coolest colour I will be using in this painting. This orange over here is the warmest colour that I will be using in this painting, and I use these colours only a few times. All my other colour mixing sits somewhere between these two colours, with the addition of other colours where I need to adjust further. For example, where I see green in my curtain area, I may add some Viridian. In the creases in my curtains, I may add some black red to my blue to give me those darker, warmer colours. As I move into the light, I start to add some of this transparent yellow to my white before adding just white. Remember, light is warm. Very often photos blow these areas and you just get expanses of white. If I put white next to blue, this would not give me the impression of warm light because I would have two colours next to each other. As I move around my wall, I start to add this orange to my cerulean blue. Notice how much warmer that makes my wall look compared to my curtains. For my furniture, I am using my purple plus my yellow ochre light plus a little of this orange. For my really dark areas, I will add a little black red to this purple. These colours will give me all the variety of browns I need to paint the furniture. For my dog, I am using this orange as my base colour. For the darker warm areas, I add this black red. For the darker cool areas, I add this purple. Where my orange pushes closer to red, I add this orange. Where it becomes cooler, I add some of this blue plus cadmium yellow light plus white. This is the same combination of colours I used for the floor. This orange plus cadmium yellow light plus cerulean blue plus white. To recap then, when using blue, make sure you have a warmer and cooler blue on your palette. Use complementary colours to help you. I am using blue and orange. Pay attention to reflected light. Often blue objects will reflect onto other objects. Remember that light is warm. If you have sunlight on blue objects, remember adding white will not work. You will need to add warmer colours. Understand that different mixes of oranges will affect the colour of your blue. Experiment so you understand which to use when. Mix blue into your orange and vice versa. This will ensure your object integrates into your background. Adjust your blue-orange mixes with other colours where necessary. Use the colour wheel to help you. I hope you have enjoyed today's video and found it useful. Please like and subscribe if you can, and check out my website sarahhallidayart.com, where you will find examples of my work and also details of online classes that I run. Thank you for watching and see you for the next one.